From the views on the streets
We go to bed empty hunger.
to the blaring horns of a hustling city, the loudest voices of the common man got a medium to be heard.
This particular administration, they were coming unprepared.
It's not a bad thing to renovate the president's law.
Through top-notch programming, unbiased reportage of news, sports, business, entertainment, and cultural documentaries, Voice of the People 90.3 FM became a symbol for 21st century media. And now, a new baby is born. Voice of the People Television, VOP TV, youthful, full of vigor and penchant for excellence in the continent's media space, exposing the wrongs, applauding the rights, dissecting the news without fear or favor.
Did you know only Spain-based forward Sadiq Umar is expected to join the Super Eagles in camp at this point in time? The invited 22 players are present or were present at the first training session in Abidjan, Côte d'Ivoire last night. Captain of the team, William Ekong, insisted that the team's sole objective it is to pick all 3 points at stake and book a place for the AFCON in Morocco, and that's in Marrakech. Nigeria will take on Benin Republic Cheetahs on Thursday evening inside the State Fellas Hoplite Bogny Stadium, with the Super Eagles needing only a point from a game to qualify for the Continental Fiesta. Ekong, the man you can have on your screen, or you can see on your screen, stressed that the Super Eagles were not unawares and they are so determined to get the result right and want to be out in Morocco. The match is not going to be an easy one, I must tell you, but because he said the Benoit side are also chasing the ticket to the final tournament. However, our objective is clear. 3 points on the night. The Alcalud centre-back said this to the NFF TV yesterday. The Super Eagles have fond memories of the AFCON 23 outing at the State Police Bogny Stadium to host that game, and that will be coming tomorrow. You know how big it is. And then he said it was also at the same venue that Benin created panic in Nigeria's camp, handing the Super Eagles a 2-1 defeat in their 2026 World Cup qualifier earlier this year. But according to Ekong, the captain of the national side, as the players walk into their hotel, you can see that he said the Super Eagles will rather take away the positives rather than dwell on the negative for Nigeria at the Abidjan Stadium. Now, the stadium is a familiar one for us, and we have good memories from the 23 AFCON. We will rather focus on the positive result we have taken away from here and work hard for another good day. In the office on Thursday, he said this. And then, as at yesterday, this is the big of them all. You can see Master Basajay making a move, just getting to this hotel room. And as at yesterday, only Spain-based forward Sadiq Umar was being expected as the 22 players in the Super Eagles camp had their first training in Abidjan. So let me say, well, Sadiq Umar is not in camp. The Real Sociedad forward, who was controversially recalled to the team despite having quality playing time in Spain. I mean, despite not having quality playing time, he's not had a game time, no goals, 0 assists at this point in time. He's still yet to report to camp. Now, apart from Ekong, reigning African Player of the Year, Victor Osimhen, his likely successor, Ademola Lookman, defender Brighton Sai Samuel, Olaoluwa Aina, Victor Collins, Calvin Bassey, Alexi Wobi, Alassane Yusuf Abdullahi, and German-based forward Victor Boniface all arrived at once on Tuesday morning before being joined by South African-based goalkeeper Stanley Wabali. Earlier, goalkeeper Maniko Okoye, midfielder Wilfred Ndidi, and forward Kelechi Iheanacho had arrived to join the 8 who were in camp on Monday. Now, goalkeeper Amasa Basajay, midfielder Dele Bashiru, Frank Onyeka, Rafael Onyedika, and forward Moses Simon and Samuel Chukwueze are in camp. You already know with 10 points, from 4 matches, 7 goals and none against the Super Eagles. We know that we are on top. So I like to say it again so you need to know. 10 points from 4 matches. And then the Super Eagles are on top of their Group D, better word. Eagles needs only a point from Thursday's clash to be sure of a ticket to the title 5th AFCON scheduled in Morocco, 24th December 2025 to 18th January 2026. Ekong on Tuesday, however, he said, our objective is clear, 3 points on the night. But let's tell you about that very game. Before we tell you about that game, let's hear from this man who is new to the camp. And, you can see him on your screen. We'll bring it back so you can hear him very well. That's the AJ Oxford man, Osho. And then we'll bring you his interview. And this was what Osho has to say, being part of the team. And also, Daniel Ogumodede will be in the mix to hear from that very man. Enjoy this one.
Bye on you guys. I'm happy to be here. I've been, invited before, but I couldn't come because of injury and 1 or 2 other things. But when this time came and everything kind of aligned, I was just so grateful to God that the time to finally come and I could join up with the team. I'll just work as hard as I can, and I think that's what the fans can expect from every single player here. As long as everyone works as hard as they can, everyone's talented enough to be here. So it's now just applying that and the work ethic. So that's what I plan to give, just much hard work and everything I can for the shirt. All you have to do is look at the front line. And you see the name and all the players that are here and the players that couldn't be selected in the squad this time. I mean, the country's full of talented players. So it's very competitive. To get a call up like this is, as I said, it's a great honor for me because I know there are so many other great players from Nigeria that aren't here at the moment.
From that man, you can hear. Okay, before we bring Daniel Ogumodede's interview, that's Daniel Ogumodede Ijabo, the Remo Star coach. Before we bring it to you, let me quickly tell you about this man you just had on your screen some time ago, some seconds ago, talking about, this, I could call him a big player, getting the first call up. Bring it back to me. Let me quickly talk about this man, Osho, the AJ Oxford man. You know how big he can be when it's about the game. He's getting his first call up to the national side, and it's good to see that we have to wait to know and see him grab this opportunity, knowing full well that Simi Ajayi is not around at this point in time. So possibly we'll see a 3 at the back. And something about Osho, like you rightly said, I love the part that he's new to the team, but then he's been called up before, but injuries stopped him. He's played for Luton before, currently playing for the AJ Oxford in the Ligue 1 side. He knows how to play the game, the 3 at the back. So hopefully he gets a start, and then it will be great. But there's something he said about when he talked about the Super Eagles. He said the Super Eagles have big players out there, and I would not hesitate to take my chance at this point in time. But the one we're about to bring to you now, Daniel Ogumodede, the assistant coach of the Super Eagles, current coach of Remo Stars, his goalkeeper in his club side, Obasa, is a Benin guy. So when I mean a Benin goalkeeper, so he's a player who is playing straight in Nigeria, but he's from Benin Republic. I like to say Benin Republic, some like to call it. Now, he's a goalkeeper of Remo Stars. Remo Stars is a club side in Nigeria. But Daniel Ogumodede met with Obasa at the airport. You could see the play. He talked a lot about the national team, talked about how they are not settling for less, talked about the mentality that has been instilled to them, talked about how we have said we must get every game. But don't forget, we still wait to have Sadiq Umar in camp, and we analyze that very one on the show. But just in case you're joining us, this is the Sports Republic Show. Welcome. I remain your host. Yes, you already know. My name is Kizike. Let's bring you that one about the assistant coach of the Super Eagles, Ogumodede, what he has got to say and what he said concerning that very game coming up. And this is Ijabo taking off on me.
The head coach has come up with a list, discussed with us as his backroom staffs that we think they are competent and capable to represent the country. They are all familiar faces apart from maybe Gabriel Shaw that is new in the setup now because Semi Ajayi has had injury and he undergoes surgery, and Sadiq has been in the team for a while. He was also out due to injury. Now he's back, and maybe calling because the head coach felt we needed the centre back left foot, and presently in the league we have a calling that has to a reasonable extent proved what this is to show that the head coach is doing a massive job. He has gone around the country to watch the league, and in Victor Collins, he has this utmost belief. I haven't watched him 2-3 times in the league, and possibly the strongest left foot centre back presently we have in the Nigerian Premier League. Every match we want to go like a cup final. We want to go to win all matches. It doesn't matter whether, I'm not even aware we just needed a point. All I'm aware is, according to what he told us, the mentality he gave to everyone is to go to all matches and win. We just want to go to all matches and win, regardless of the number of points that is left to qualify. First, the priority is for us to qualify. Secondly, to win all games as they come. We take every game as they come, and the maximum 3 points is what is important to us, according to the head coach.
Okay, you can see that. Now, that's Daniel Ogumodede, the coach of Remo Star. That's his goalkeeper. He's a Benin Republic player currently, but they know themselves very well. You can see interaction, having a chit-chat. Sometimes you see them hug. He likes this guy very well. He's the #1 of Remo Star. Talk about the goalkeeper. But then, you can see Ijabo Ogumodede having fun time with his boy. I could call him his boy if I love to say that. He's not a Nigerian goalkeeper. The fact that he plans straight in Nigeria does not make him a Nigerian. Even though I understand, you know that a lot of Nigerian players who have barely nationalized are fully nationalized well in the Benin setup. Now you can see them. Very soon they make some plays out there. He chases him, he makes some runs, and it was just so nice for Ogumodede to have, to see that man who he knows very well. Let's get you give you the clip so you can see more for yourself while I give you a talk about that. You can see he told him some things, and he was saying, this way, you go this way, we can get the result. And then it was just so nice that Ogumodede knows that he needs to get this result right. And he will spend so much time with Obasa. But do you think Obasa knows the Super Eagles well? Of course not. He does not know the Super Eagles well because he is not manning the goalpost. We have Amasa Bansoje, Stanley Wabale, Maduko Okoye. These are the guys who we know. But you can see them having a deep talk. No matter what they say, no matter the chit-chat they have here, he can never disclose anything about the Super Eagles because Ogumodede, the man you have on your screen, watch him, watch that, you see. You can see what he's doing. He said, this is the way, he's going to do something like that again, watch him. And they had this conversation for a long time. At some point, he started chasing him up at the airport and they were just having so much fun. So they know themselves very well. But will this play when the game starts? Of course not. Ogumodede, see, watch, you can see he's chasing him. At some point, he stops again, he keep on chasing him, and it was just like a fun time. But Obasa, knowing well that I am the Remo Star #1 does not deter me, like I love to say again. You can see them having a chit-chat, and guess what? As he chases him, and he makes a run. This will not count. Now, bring it back to me. Let's quickly let you know for that very game coming up before we tell you about the way it would go on and on. Just so you know, the game will be played tomorrow, happens to be Thursday, and I'll tell you the time. I'll tell you the day, I'll tell you the referee who will be officiating that very game, the center referee, and also we take you back to the training session. The first training session that I had yesterday, the Super Eagles had, we'll bring it to you so you can see for yourself and know that these guys are fully well and fully loaded, prepared, and this is the first time in a long time that the Super Eagles player has returned massively in numbers, 22 out of 23. Sadiq Umar is the only player yet to arrive camp, and I don't know why. I don't know what he's trying to make. I don't know what the controversy about Sadiq. And I think for me, this looks like something that is very, very intentional. Well, let me tell you that Senegalese official Isasi, who was in charge of the Super Eagles game when we piped Angola 1-0 at the same venue in the quarterfinal match of the African Cup of Nations final, have been selected by CAF as the referee for Thursday's encounter, which will commence at 7 p.m. and that's the Ivorian time. But if you're a Nigerian watching me, 8 p.m. Nigerian time, that's when that game will kickstart. And then he will be supported by compatriot Jibril Kamara, assistant #1, Noah Bongowa, assistant 2, and also El Haji Amado C, fourth official. Ivorian Rene William Seri will be the commissioner, while Angolan Inacio Manuel Candido will be the referee assessor. Now, we'll bring you the training session of Super Eagles, but just hold on, don't go anywhere. Let's talk more. The Super Eagles need only 1 point from Thursday clash to be sure of a ticket to the 3rd or 5th AFCON scheduled from Morocco, 21st December to 2025, better word, to 18th January 2026. So that's how it is for now. Now, let's talk about the threats. So you know that we are posing threats. It does not sound like a hype that Nigeria would win Benin Republic. I'm not sounding this because I'm a Nigerian. I'm not saying this because I don't have fear for them, because, of course, they won Nigeria all the time. 2-1. They have good players. Monet is in the team. Dosso is in the team. I know how they can play. They know us well because they have a manager who must have known Nigerian football very well. But then I expect Iguawa to tweak the team. But we are going to talk about Sadiq Umar very soon. I will bring you the training session. These guys had fun yesterday during that training session. It was nice to see big players training. But let's tell about the threat. The Super Eagles prepare to take on Benin Republic and Rwanda in the final phase of the AFCON qualifying, or you could say qualification series. Interim coach Augustine Iguava will be relying on the searing form of his frontmen, Victor Osimhen, Victor Boniface, and Ademola Lookman, who have been consistently among the goals scorers in the European club sides, in their club side respectively, since the start of the season 2024-2025. You have them on your screen. These guys are threats. They are posing threat. If I tell you the amount they cost, value-wise, you will know that these guys are really dangerous and they are ready to go. The strikers have been in the best form of their lives and will be expected to prove their mettle against the Cheetahs at the State Felix Houphouët-Boigny Stadium in Abidjan on Thursday, and the Amar will be at the Godswill Akpabio International Stadium, Uyo, on Monday. Now, moving on, the three players already have 34 goals. Those guys you had on your screen, these guys have 34 goals contributions combined, with more than half of the season still to play. We've not even gone half of the season. We are close. Now, consistently and coincidentally, on 8 goals apiece, Lookman is enjoying his best moment in front of goals and is the running to dethrone the compatriot Osimhen as the CAF Best Player of the Year. I cannot wait to see this happen. It would be nice to see that switch. The last we had a switch was back in 1993. Of blessed memory, Rashidi Yakini, and he made a switch, and we know how it went, and Amunike got on to 1994. I'm talking about African Best, rightly called CAF Best Player of the Year at this time. We know the story is not history. We know how far we keep on going at that point. 1996, 1999, Kano got on that. 97, Victor Ikpeba got on that. And 98, we didn't get it because it was a Argentine, even though a lot of people said Okocha was robbed. But let me tell you that the 27-year-old enjoyed a near-perfect 2023-24 campaign. I'm talking about Ademola Lookman. And the current season even better, with the player having found the back of the net on 8 occasions, providing 5 assists, despite missing the first few games of the season due to a future uncertainty at Napoli. That's Osimhen. Now, Osimhen has entrenched his name as one of the best strikers in modern football. Since joining Galatasaray, the Turkey side, on a season-long loan on the last day of the transfer window, the former Leo striker have settled in nicely with his goals and general team play, making him the fans' favorite with 8 goals and 4 assists in 9 appearances. Napoli rate him €130 million price tag. And Osimhen is 25. Ademola Lookman is 27. You can see their age are not wrong. They are looking fine. Now, completing the fearsome throw is another man. Let's talk about him before we go on. Victor Boniface, who is already a Bayer Leverkusen top scorer for the season with 8 goals. Are you seeing the threat these guys are posing already? See, if you want to sleep this game and you want to think about it and you're like, I want to sleep, who gets the result right? You give it to these guys on the screen. Osimhen, his goals are getting insane he had a good goal time in the Serie A, currently playing for the Turkey side on loan with a €10 million deal. We know. I told you about Ademola Lookman, who I call the king. Very soon, December 16, we will celebrate him as the African best. I don't know what you make about that. But now, talking about Boniface, already now he has 8 goals. Top scorer for Bayer Leverkusen, aside from registering his name on the score sheet on those occasions. The 23-year-old has provided an assist, taking his goal contribution to 9 in 15 games. 9 goals in 15 games is not bad. No other country in the world boasts such an intimidating attack. And Augustine Iguavon knows he'll be looking to terrorize the Cheetahs in Ivory Coast and devour the Amavubi in Uyo to send messages to the rest of Africa that we are here to go. These have sent shivers down the spine of Benin Republic the coach as well, Ganatro, and former, Super Eagles hand, like call him. He knows that we are good to go. And he has expressed his fear ahead of Thursday's face-off. Nigeria would have to get the result right in that very game. As I talk to you, we'll bring you the fold. Let's let you know how the table looks. The 4 of them in the Group D. We'll bring it to you now so you can see for yourself. Nigeria are top of the Group D with 10 points, and a win will guarantee them a spot at the next AFCON finals in Morocco, rendering the result on Monday game against Rwanda. And then we have to see, maybe that might be irrelevant to say. We would love to bring you that one so you can see Nigeria is on top. You see Benin's next. You can see Rwanda and you see Libya. So you can see for yourself and you see the point. And maybe before we go on that, we'll still give you the list of the guys who are invited and let you know what is ongoing about the Super Eagles and Sadiq Umar'S news. Sadiq Umar is so annoying to say. I'm sorry to sound this way. That's so bad to see that Sadiq Umar is not in the team. What could be his excuse now? These are the reasons. This is the reason why people are saying it's questionable. If you know that you are in the news, you know you're in the news now. You're in the news and then you're in the news and you should make it right for the people to talk about you. You know that you've been raising eyebrows, controversies, mouths are waggling. People are saying, why are you in the team? And you're the last to report to camp. He is yet to report as at yesterday. In fact, let's bring you the training session of the game played the way they trained yesterday. Let's bring you that training session of the Super Eagles players. They had a good time, decent training session. But you see the big players. Doesn't sound like a hype. But in as much as I talk about these guys, there is no Sadiq Umar in the team. And then let's bring you that training session of what happened. And these are the guys. You can see them. That's Onyeka Onyedikachi. You can say, Bruno Yemechi having a chit-chat. Alassane Yusuf by the sideline. This happened yesterday. It was great to know that the guys are in camp. Where is Sadiq Umar? Master Basoje. You can see that Stanley Wabali, Victor Boniface, Victor Osimhen, they both number 9. You can say they are 9ers. Take it back. It will be Osayi Samuel, Fisayo Dele Bashiro. Victor is also there. And you can see Osho, Lukman, Trust Ekong. See, that's Osho. These guys are ready to go. Oh, goodness me. Simon, Abdullahi, these guys are very close because they like to speak the northern part of Nigeria. They like to talk well. But where is Sadiq Umar? The training session, you will see for yourself. These guys were getting ready yesterday. As at yesterday in Ivory Coast, there is no Sadiq Umar in this side. They are warming up. They want to play. They know. See, let me even say this. Why it's ongoing there. This is the first time in a long time that I have seen the Super Eagles report to camp in this number. And we should give them all of that credit. Do you know what they've shown? They've shown us discipline, resilience. We are hungry. We are ready to go. We are going to fight this. We know that we are high. But then, this is not a talk for you to say that Ikechukwu, please come to the studio. No, you can't say that. It's not a talk. This one is a talk about getting the results right. Getting the result right is what these guys are doing. They know what they are doing. They know they need to win this game. You can see Fidelis Ilechukwu, they are working hard. They are working very hard. Just enjoy this session. Just enjoy the training session so you can see them. Big boys making a good game. And I believe that this is like a touch things for me. Watch this game. Just enjoy this training. Enjoy it while I go off for a while and I return back so the show continues. Eagles, yes, you can see them. These guys are ready to go. They are ready to tackle anybody. They don't fear anybody. Is their friend, is their foe in this one? Now we have the technical crew being busy. Ogumade is there. Ilechiko is there. Iguava has a job to do. But then, if they can come out in numbers like this, reported to camp as early enough, what is the problem? Why is Sadiq Umar not in the team? This is just one of those things. And I said, Iguava is almost denting the good work he has done. How can you do this? You invited a player who people are saying he should not be part of the team, and up till date, he is yet to report to camp. Maybe he reports today later on, but how does it work for you? How can we be... See, we cannot continue like this. This is so wrong. This is so wrong. Okay, now, I'm not trying to say any player is perfect to return back to the team, but the question is this. What league does he play? He plays in the La Liga EA Sports, that's the Spanish league, and then Kelechi Iheanacho also does what? Plays in the Spanish league. If a Kelechi Iheanacho also, who likes to do business, can be able to make a move, why not Sadiq Umar? Why is this happening? This is like a Nigerian football talk. Would he be sanctioned? Of course, I don't think he will be. Because we've seen players go on like this and get out of these problems and nothing happens to them. No discipline in the NFF for me, I must say. But what could be his excuses? It's very clear. It looks like something that is done intentional. Because you cannot be reporting back to the camp late at this point. The game is tomorrow, 8 p.m. Nigerian time. When would he train? The team trained yesterday. He missed that training. He's yet to join the team. So possibly maybe this afternoon, I'm just saying. Or maybe this earlier, maybe this morning, he will join the team. But you're joining the team ahead of a game that will play tomorrow. How does this work? What will be Eguavo's verdict on this very one? Is this right? And you know how this works in Nigeria. If this one goes scot-free, it will keep happening. It will keep happening. And I would just not be surprised to see this happen again. Sadiq Umar is not in the team. Sadiq Umar is not in the squad. Sadiq Umar is a player. Let's even get the list of the guys who are in the team so I could call for you so you can see them. You see it on your screen. Then you begin to see his name. His name is also there. Sadiq Umar is in the team. Then we show you the position where Nigeria is currently, the position where we are at this point in time. I say where we are because I'm Nigerian. I must say I might sound sentimental at this point, but just permit me. Now, let's bring you that very one. The Super Eagles list of players. The names, the guys who made that call. The guys who got the call up by the manager. The guys who felt like, yes, these guys are good to go. I was not surprised to even see Victor Collins reporting. Nasarawa United. Okay, let's go. Now you can see the list. You have it there. I told you about the Super Eagles posing big threats. Now, the goalkeepers remain Amaso Basoje, Madiko Koye, Stanley Wabali. That's for the goalkeepers. Down the defenders. Bright Osai Samuel, Bruno Yemeche, Calvin Bassey, Gabriel Osho, Ola Aina, Victor Collins, William Trust Ekong. And you can see, so we have 3 up there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 3, 7, that's like 10. Now Alexa Wobi, Alassane Yusuf, Fisayo Dele Bashiru, Frank Onyeka, Rafael Onyedika, Wilfred and Didi. These ones are the midfielders. But for the strikers, you could call them the forward if you want to go on that. Demola Lukman is there. Kelechi Iheanacho, who also plays straight in the Spanish side. Sevilla is around in the team. Moses Simon. Let me jump the other name. Sorry, I beg your pardon. Samuel Chukwueze, Victor Boniface, Victor Osimhen. Who is next? There is no Sadiq Umar. Why? If you watch the show, if you've been following the show over time, you will see that I've been having a lot of banters with my man, Ikechukwu, always anytime he's on the show. Because he sounds like he does not see what I'm saying. Don't get me wrong. I've not said Umar is not a good player. I recall yesterday on the show on radio, I was talking about it, and someone asked me a question. I said, this Umar, maybe I could get the audio, maybe possibly tomorrow. And he asked me a question. He said, this Umar, is he an outside guy? I said, why are you asking me that? I don't know what you're talking about. Is he an outside guy? Why are you asking me that? Is there any reason? He said, maybe Eguavoa is trying to balance the squad. I said, balance what? Please, would you share more light? He ended the call. He ran away from the show. He could not talk more because it's quite questionable. Now, I talk about Cyril Deza. I'm not saying Cyril Deza, I love him more than Umar, or I love Umar, but no. Football is fun. At this point in time, in the last 3 years, Cyril Deza has always been better than Sadiq Umar. What is the justification posed? Is this a poise? Is it a finesse talk? How did Eguavoa get here to bring in Sadiq Umar? You know, people have been saying, Eguavoa, you're doing well. We are giving you all the credit. You can be the coach, blah, 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 blah. So if we give you this job, you might be doing something like this. He's here to defend it, right? I'm not questioning his call-up, but then, if you don't give players a call by merit, it's just so bad. Before we go on, let's let you know the way it stands now, the qualifiers. Let's bring it to you now so you can see that Nigeria is doing immensely well on top of the Group D, and then nothing stops us. A point takes us to Morocco, and that's Marrakesh. Please, let's bring you this one. Nigeria, Benin, Rwanda, and then Libya, so you can see for yourself, so you don't think Nigeria is just somewhere down the pecking order, and you can see that for yourself. Okay, so while we wait to bring that to you, let's talk about a new invite. And this man is Osho. People have talked about Osho and saying he's not really good. He's good. Why is he called up? Blah, 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 blah. But I'm liking him. If you know the game well, if you know the three at the back, you know that he has brought, or he will bring in stability. Because Calvin Bassey knows that job well. But oftentimes we've seen him, not really that so consistent playing the three at the back. But looking at Simi Ajayi not around, we might likely see Osho, Truth Ekong, and Calvin Bassey. Do you know what these guys do a lot? That's why Amorim, people talk about Amorim as a good coach. They say, these guys, what they do is they can make moves with the ball. We saw at the AFCON, Simi Ajayi was making advances, Truth Ekong was watching, but now he can actually advance. So, but this man, the newly invited Super Eagles defender, Gabriel Osho, says he is in the team to work hard and help the team. The AJ Oxlade defender was earlier invited to the team during the era of Jose Pesaro as the coach, but injury prevented the lanky player from making his debut. The former Luton player admitted that the team is blessed with good and outstanding players, and that's true. Now, in the words of the man you have on your screen, he said, I was invited before, but I couldn't come because of injury and other things. But when this invitation came, everything just got aligned and everything just aligned for me, and I could finally join the team. I will work hard. I will work as hard as I can. And that's why the fans can expect from me every time, every single game, I will give my best. Everyone needs to work hard for me. It's important to put hard work into everything you do. On the front line, you'll see big names. They are already there. Boniface, Osimhen, Lookman, Chukwueze, Iheanacho. We have big guys up front there. But the country also is full of talented players. It's very competitive to get called up. It's a great honor for me because I know there's a lot of quality players in Nigeria, and that's how it is. It's so big, and that's about Osho, talking about who is Osho. His name is Gabriel Osho, plays for AJ Oxlade. But we go on a quick break. When we return, the show continues. Guess what? We'll be telling you brief analysis, or maybe a long one anyway, why NFF is struggling to get top quality managers for the Super Eagles. Why? What is the reason? Why can't we get a top manager? Not foreign manager now, top manager. It could be foreign, it could be local. Any of them will go. Keep watching Voice of the People TV, the Sports Public Show. I remain your host. My name is Kizzy K. We'll be back shortly. Stay with us, please. Give you the analysis of the Super Eagles and the squad. Welcome back from that quick break. You're still watching the Sports Republic show right here on Voice of the People TV. Yes, Lagos, Nigeria. Now, let me talk about the Nigerian football, and this one is that so bad. And please, just stay with me. Let's talk this through together. Let's reason together. We are humans, and we really forgot that the world is watching. There is a body governing the game. And I'll give you this is like an in-depth analysis of what's going on. That we see. So you begin to see that the setup is not so right sometimes. Now, let's get on the top point about this one quickly. I'll tell you, none of the last 10 Super Eagles foreign managers left the post amicably. Do you understand? I'm talking about the analysis now. Why NFF is struggling to get a top quality manager for Super Eagles. This is an analysis. This is the analysis of that very one. So we can get on the bars correctly on this part now. None of the last 10 Super Eagles foreign coach or foreign managers left the post amicably with many old salaries, and the NFF was always accused of interfering in player selection. Now, let me tell you this. The Nigerian Super Eagles coach search for a new head coach has been lengthy and challenging, leaving the role vacant, and so vacant now for nearly 6 months. Do you understand? The Super Eagles search continues for a coach, leaving the role vacant for nearly 6 months. Is this not a shame? Meanwhile, 2 other countries, England and Saudi Arabia, recently filed their top coaching position. England appointed Thomas Tuchel, while Saudi Arabia, whose job the Nigerian Football Federation, NFF, has hoped Harvey Reinhardt might consider taking over the job, but never. The Saudi guy is gone on this one now. Despite links to names like, in Nigeria, that's where I hear some names and I begin to wonder, who are those people? No disrespect to any coach. Despite links to names like Bruno Labbadia, some like to say Labadia, and Harvey Reinhardt, the NFF has yet to make an appointment. This situation raises some questions. Where does the NFF source coaches from? Do you understand my question? I'll ask you, I'll say it again. Despite links to the names like Bruno Labbadia, Harvey Reinhardt, the NFF has yet to make an appointment, and this situation raises some questions. Where does the NFF source coaches from? And what happens to them after they leave the Super Eagles? Okay, now, let's bring you a table of foreign coaches who have managed the Nigerian men's football national team, where they came from, and what they went on to do. Let's bring it to you now. You can see that. Okay, so quickly I tell you, the manager, now please let's start from the top of it. That's the manager, year of employment, from where, after Nigerian stint, what's next? So you begin to understand that there's a whole lot of problem in the Nigerian football setup. The first one is here, Manfred Holder, 1987 to 1989. From where? No coaching record before getting the Super Eagles job. Do you understand what I'm saying? So let's follow this thing realistically, because I think some like to say the word enough is enough. We cannot continue like this. We should understand that this is the federational job and they are governing people. Nigerians love football a lot. But now, from where? No coaching record before getting the job. After Nigeria's stint, what next? Okay, entrance trial. Germany, Dominican Republic national team, Malawi under-20 national team. The best of them all, Clemens Westerhoff. I love him a lot. I worked under him back in Kwara State Football College of Excellence, formerly later called Kwara Football Academy. He's a Dutchman. We know his story. He's the man that took us to the first World Cup. And at that point, we were number 5 in the world. You could say the 5th in the world. Clemens Hendrik Westerhoff, I know him well, and I worked with this man. 1989 to 1994, he was the coach. Vitesse, from where? Don't forget, the first one is no coaching record before getting the job. Nowhere, from nowhere. But Westerhoff, Vitesse, the Netherlands, and then Zimbabwe, after Nigerian stint, Zimbabwe national team, Dynamo FC, Zimbabwe Sundowns, Sundowns, South Africa, Sporting Lions, Harare, and that's in Zimbabwe, Harare, then Zimbabwe. So it's like a record, you can see that, Zimbabwe. Now, Joe Bonfrey, some like to call him Bonfrey Joe, 1995 to 1996. Where did he come from? Where did we get him from? KFCV Gale, Netherlands. And after Nigerian stint, what next? UAE national team, Al Ahly, Egypt, South Korea national team. Not bad. You see Westerhoff, you see Joe Bonfrey, they've not really done too wrong, but you can see this thing started from the very top. Manager, the first man is Manfred Horner, 1987, I wasn't even born then, to 1989. From where? No coaching record before getting the Eagles job. I'm coming, we're going somewhere. Now let's talk about the fourth man, Philippe Trousset, 1997, Fos Rabat, Morocco, Burkina Faso. So that man is doing well for himself, or he did well for himself at that point. Burkina Faso, South Africa, Japan, Qatar, Marseille, Morocco. That's after he left that shores. Then Bora Milutinovic, 1997, same year. Okay, I didn't tell you Philippe Trousset, Fos Rabat, Morocco, we know the story. And then Bora, 1997, Mexico national team. And then New York, after Nigerian job, what next? New York Metro Stars, USA, China national team, Honduras national team, and this one are for these guys. Now, let's talk about Drake's League Reds. 1998, Apollon Athens, that's in Greece. After the job, he went to Grazer AK, Austria, and Betty Vaux, 2007 to 2008. This is Nigeria national team I'm talking about. I need to analyze this thing so you understand how we love foreign coaches. We love them so much. We believe the foreign coaches are the messiah of the game. Without the foreign coaches, we cannot do anything. Saying no to local coaches, that's what the NFF are really doing at this point, I can say. Now, Betty Vaux, 2007 to 2008, we got him from where? Scotland national team. And then, after the job, Azerbaijan national team. Lars Lagerbäck, the Sweden international. Betty Vaux is German, actually. Now, 2010, Sweden national team. And after that, Iceland national team. Gernot Rohr came 2016. We know the story, 2018 World Cup. He was doing what? He was doing the job for, from where? Burkina Faso national team. Then later on, now he's managing the Benin national side. Then my friend Jose Pesero. Pesero is what? Pesero left. We got him from the Venezuela national team job. And as I talk to you now, Pesero is out of work. Bring it back to me. The rest could be lack of integrity, especially in the application and determination of applicants. A short-term list mentality, and just like an infrastructural deficit and the lack of adequate funds. So many things is wrong in Nigerian football. Now, let's talk about the underlying issues now. NFF's reputation is a significant barrier. Not one of the 10 foreign coaches mentioned that I just told you about left the Nigerian post amicably. Many were owed salaries. They were owed and had to appeal to FIFA to recover their debts. These recurring issues of delayed payment and the contractual breaches have tarnished the NFF reputation. High-profile managers expect professionalism and timely compensation, but the NFF track record suggests otherwise. What's going on in Nigeria? Why? So you begin to know this is what 2024, not today. It's not about today. It's not about now. This lackadaisical approach and movement, salary-owned, foreign coaches. See, it's not even about local coaches. I know we are not respecting our local coaches, but even the foreign ones in quotes that we say we love so much, we cannot do without them, we still owe them money. They are still owed. You heard me say majority of these guys will have to appeal to FIFA, please fight for my debt. Let me get paid. And they will get them and they will run away. Now, the NFF have also been accused of making promises to coaches about resource, support staff, and players' availability that were often unfulfilled. This has eroded trust and made it harder to attract top talents to the role. In an interview with South African broadcaster, Pesero revealed that he had decided to leave the Super Eagles even if the team won the AFCON title. So don't be surprised. Don't tell me that Pesero would have continued the job if what? We won the Nations Cup. No, of course not. He took a pay cut. He had a signed deal with the NFF. He said, if I take Nigeria to this so-and-so level, or they told him rather, if you take us to this level, semi-final was the boundary, and he broke the chains. He got us to the final. It was just a mistake. If I don't even know what happened in the final in Ivory Coast, we lost out. Now, what was Pesero's reasons? There was too much stress. I had the support of my staff and the best from my players, but it wasn't enough. I wanted to win the AFCON for the fans, the government, for everybody. But even before the tournament, I had already decided to leave. Even if I had won the trophy, I would have still left. Does it make any sense here to you? So with this debt thing, we want to. Don't get me wrong. Don't get Voice of the People TV wrong. Don't get the show wrong. Sports Republic show, don't get us wrong. I'm not saying a foreign coach is not good. If you want to get a foreign coach, please get an A-class foreign coach. Get a coach that knows that this is three-time African champion, that knows that this is Nigeria. Let's make it work. Now, was this stress salary related? That's the question. Was this stress? Now, okay, let's talk about the salary related talk. He briefly left his position in mid-2023, that's Pesero. Because let me not take it back. Let me talk about the recent. We saw it, not so you can remember well. He briefly left his position in mid-2023 because of the contract and payment issues. So don't say Pesero just left the job because he was not. No, we could not pay him. Shout out to the president of Nigeria, Bola Ahmed Tinubu. At that point, he came and he cleared the bills for 2021. We could not pay. Pesero was reported owed several months of wages and negotiations reached a point where they stalled. Do you understand? Now, after discussions, I'll tell you, Pesero temporarily stepped down but remained in contact with the NFF regarding continuing his role, depending on the resolving financial issues. So this is a Portuguese man that loved Nigeria. He loved Nigeria. He really loved Nigeria. He wanted to stay. His body language said it all. When you look at him, you say, yes, Pesero is like a Nigerian. He's not. I think the only foreign coach I've seen so far that I can say and give big records to is Westerhoff. Don't get me wrong. Truze, Bora, Mitinovic, all of these guys, Joe Bonfrey was also okay, but I know Westerhoff well. I work with Westerhoff, so I can talk about him well. He's like, he calls himself, I'm a Dutcherian. He's a Dutchman. He knows the in and out of Nigerian football at that point. Look at the level we were at the 1994, the World Cup. Did you see us play? Did you watch this Bulgaria, those matches? Did you see those games? Where you have Stoichkov, Balakov, Nenkov, all of these guys. The squad was compacted. Westerhoff was a man who had a captain, armband, Stephen Keshi of blessed memory today. He's no more. But we still talk about him. The last Nations Cup we clinched was Stephen Keshi team. He was the captain of the side, but he was on the bench. We know the Thompson Oliha of blessing, and most of them today are late. Not most of them, but minority of them are late today. Rashidi Yakini got to go out of the World Cup, the first man that gave us that record. He's late today, blessed memory. Thompson Oliha is late today, blessed memory. We have these guys. We can talk about these players on and on and on. Eguavon knows all of these things. Thompson Oliha, Bruno Benny Roja, Okocha, Siasia. These guys, they know they play this game. But former Super Eagles midfielder Mutu Adepoju disagreed with the notion that the Super Eagles manager position has lost its luster and altercation and attraction, which is not fanciful in the job of the Super Eagles coach. We dedicate the show to Nigerian football, so don't worry. On this show, we're not talking about anything foreign. No, today, it's a Nigerian talk. So, producer, don't worry yourself. We are here. Now, this matter, we did here. Don't worry. This is the first time I'm featuring on the show. Now, Adepoju asked rhetorically, any coach any coach would love to manage the Super Eagles. It's now up to the agreements made. There's no how you can tell. We have so much talent in the country. Anybody would jump on this job. But if you're thinking of managing Nigeria, now one thing that comes to your head is, can they pay me? Would they pay me? Even if I want to take less, not really that big, can they pay me? Can we be consistent in paying managers, foreign managers at that? Because we too like foreign. We love foreign coaches too much. It's now up to the agreement made. He said, I don't think the Super Eagles job has lost its shine. No, it has not. And that's from Adepoju's point of view. Now, let's talk about institutional instability and interference. I'm talking about Nigerian football. This is a deep analysis. The NFF is plagued by instability and leadership interference with leaders often using the organization to promote personal agendas. Frequent leadership changes coupled with interference in team affairs make the environment unattractive for coaches who value autonomy and long-term planning. I know Adeyemi Adesanya, a journalist, told Report, the uncertainties with the NFF alone are on a major reason it has lost its allure, its value. Also, the lack of an enduring system, which there is no clear football policy, is another major reason for the drop. Let's talk about infrastructure deficit. The NFF does not currently have a center of excellence standard facility in many top footballing nations. The FIFA-sponsored goal project in Abuja is in disrepair. Nigeria, only world-class football, you could say, avenue. We have the Godswill Akpabio Stadium in New York, owned by the Cross River State government. This infrastructure deficit leaves the national teams reliant on state government on hosting matches and paying them bonuses, a highly unpredictable and unstable situation. If it was a radio show, I would have rang the bell for Godswill Akpabio. That stadium, do you know how much they're making? You might not understand. That's the best stadium we have in Nigeria. We don't joke with us. This is not the Crusade Stadium. This one is stadium for the matches because it has the facility, it has the composure, the compartment of the game to be played. Now, Nigeria is still in Africa. Some coaches may perceive managing an African country, the Super Eagles of Nigeria included, as a risky career move because of the challenges mentioned above. Now, this perception can discourage those who prioritize stability and have a higher probability of success. While African football is improving, it still lags behind Europe and South America regarding global prestige. I must tell you. Now, this can influence a coach's decision, particularly those with ambitions to manage the highest level of the game. I just have to go now because addressing these issues requires a concerted effort from the NFF to improve this governance. Invest in infrastructure and create more stable and supportive environment for coaches. Until then, attracting and retaining grade A managers will remain a significant challenge for Nigerian football. Each time I talk about Nigerian football, I'm always getting upset. I need to go now. Thank you so much for staying here with me. Tomorrow we'll do this again. 11 a.m. will be the time, Nigerian time. I'll remain your host. My name is Kizzy K, the only football player without a jersey. Tomorrow I'll see you.